Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Christy Vann with VANNtastic Finances, and on this channel I teach velocity banking. Today I want to work again with a negative cash flow. Let's talk about that. If you are in a negative cash flow, what can you do? So I'm having clients come to me that are in a negative of $900, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 a month. We can't work with negatives such as that in velocity banking. But this lady has $592 in the negative for her cash flow. So can we turn that around? Well, we kind of can, but we've got other issues that come with that as well. So it's always important that you try to at least get to an even cash flow when we start velocity banking. So then we can look at strategies to maybe pull you up into the positive. But when you're starting with negatives such as this, I want to show you what happens. This is a single lady, and her income is currently $4,300 a month. She has $4,892 in expenses every month. Her cash flow is the negative $592. She currently has a credit card with Citi, and the balance is sitting at $21,229. This is at a 22% interest rate, meaning that $12.79 a day is going towards interest alone. That means that approximately $383 a month is being thrown away to the bank. We have to stop this. Now, this lady has pretty good credit, so she could look into getting a 0% credit card to transfer this $21,229 into and stop the bleeding, right? We could stop that interest charge if she would just transfer this into a 0% until we figure out a way that she's going to actually pay down the debt. But being where she is today at the negative 592, we need to stop the negative today. How can we do that? Her payment on this credit card is $630 a month. So I had her go through her expenses and see what she could actually charge on the credit card. Food, dog expenses, phones, electric, Netflix, car insurance, gas, car wash, hair, nails, and medicines. That's a total of $1,628 a month that she is going to spend. She currently spends that every month. So the question is, why not just put that on the credit card? What does that do when we put our expenses on the credit card? Not only does it make it very simple because we can have some of this stuff set up on automatic payments directly out of the credit card, which completely takes our mind off of those expenses, but we can also take the card with us to swipe it at the grocery store, at the gas station, right? So it kind of makes it a little bit easier to deal with our expenses when we're coming off of one account and not just using our checking account. So with this payment being $630 a month, if she were to add up all of these expenses and do an income transfer of $1,628 into this card every month, what does that do with the $630 payment? It satisfies it, right? So this $630 no longer is considered an expense. It is now cash flow. Well, she was in negative of $592. So what does that mean? $630 minus the $592 is $38 in positive cash flow that she now has. That is how we go from a negative into a positive cash flow. Does this fix her problems? Absolutely not. This just helps her come up out of the negative. She still has a $21,000 balance at 22%. That is, of course, eating up that cash flow of $38 because she has $383 coming out of this credit card in interest alone every month. So although she is in a positive cash flow, this credit card is still eating her up. So she has to find more income. So just because we are able to satisfy that payment with doing an income transfer to cover our expenses doesn't mean that we're beating the credit card. It just means that we now have a little bit of cash flow that we can work with. That just means that we're able to pull ourselves up out of that negative while we are working on more income that needs to come in a month, cutting some more expenses to gain more cash flow, and getting these high interest rate credit cards into 0% to sit for a minute so we can get organized with our velocity banking and figure out areas where we can put our money that's going to serve us instead of serving that bank. So does doing the income transfer also help her on her current interest charges? Absolutely. It may cut her interest charges about 50 cents a day, which that's better than nothing, right? But at the same time, she's got to increase her cash flow so that we can start working this debt down. But at the same time, this shows how you can turn a negative cash flow into a positive. I know there's a lot of you guys out there. I'm getting a lot of you guys coming to me, showing me your numbers, and you're in the negative. If she had more than one credit card, she could divide up her expenses and do this for 2 credit cards as well. So it's very important that you strategize. Look at where you're putting your money. Is it serving you, or is it just paying interest charges? It's very, very important that we get real about what the banks are charging us in interest and try to back up from that and find an easy way to not only increase our cash flow, but get rid of those interest charges any way you possibly can. I make suggestions. You make decisions. Now you get out there and you go find that 0% and you get busy taking control of your debt and stop letting it control you. Today is a new day. You can do this. I know you can. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.